Now, more than a year ago, actually about a year ago, I made a video about, it was kind of an FYI video about teaching ESL in Korea and just about different types of jobs and stuff, and that's actually become probably one of my most popular videos that I've ever made, and people still to this day contact me with lots of questions and responses and tales of teaching in Korea and things they want to know about doing it. So I've decided to make another video about, well, basically it's an FYI about teaching in Korea. Yeah, so here it is. Now the first thing I want to do is just to let everyone know that I am by no means an expert on this. My background, in short, I was an ESL teacher in Korea for about 5.5 years. I lived in Ilsan, Seoul, and then Busan. Taught a lot of different schools, taught a lot of different age groups, but again, I was a teacher. I went back to Canada, got my teaching certification as an elementary school teacher, became a teacher, and then came to Japan, where I am right now. One question a lot of people have been asking me is they say, Kevin, I'm thinking of either going to Korea or Japan to teach. And, what do you think? Well, what place is a better place? And, what should I do? Well, the reasons why people come to Korea and Japan are very different. For everyone, it's an individual choice. I suggest doing a bit of research into each country if you haven't. I will tell you first of all right away, it is much easier to get a job teaching in Korea. Simply because the demand for English teachers is much higher. The English market in Korea is just booming as opposed to Japan. From what I gather, it used to be this way in Japan, but over time things have changed. Also, I just noticed that a lot more people want to come to Japan. A lot of people dream about coming to Japan. They've studied Japanese, they're just very into Japanese culture, movies, whatever it may be. So a lot of people want to come here. So basically, there's not as many jobs as in Korea, and a lot more people want to come here. So basically, I guess do the math. Yeah. Now, some people have been asking me questions about criminal background checks and drug testing when you try to get a job in Korea. And honestly, I really don't know. Those policies came in long after I had left Korea and I wasn't teaching in Korea anymore. The reason why they came in was because there was a case where a known pedophile, I suppose, he was a guy from Canada who was later caught in Thailand. He had taught in Korea, I believe. So yeah. So basically now anyone who wants to teach ESL in Korea has to get a criminal background check, and also has to go through an interview, I believe, at a Korean consulate near them in their home country, and also has to have some form of drug testing. Now, I've heard secondhand information about this, but again, it's secondhand. I don't know. These laws came in after, or rules came in after I'd already left Korea. As far as criminal background checks go, or police checks, as far as I know, if you have to get a police check done, you have to get it done in your home country. As a teacher in Canada, I had to have several police checks. I was living in Ottawa, I had to have them done there. I don't think you can do it from abroad. I guess one of the more popular questions that's been sent to me is just about, what are some things I can bring to Korea? What are some things that will make my stay in Korea more comfortable? To be honest, I'm just going to refer you to another blog. This guy named myargonauts, who lives in Japan, in Shimane Prefecture. He's a JET, which for those of you who don't know is a Japan Exchange for Teachers. So he's been living in Japan for a few years, and he's got a great vlog for people coming to Japan about things you should bring. If you're coming from the States or Canada, Australia, England, etc. In all my years living in Korea, I watched his blog, and pretty much everything holds true. It's pretty much exactly the same. The things he talks about would hold over for anyone teaching in Korea. So I'm going to put a link over on the side thingy over here. Or is it over here? I think over here. A link to that blog, so myargonauts. and he's a jet teacher in Japan, and it just basically will answer almost all of your questions. Just listen to it, watch it, listen to it, and basically hold all of that as it would carry over to Korea. Yeah, so check it out. Should I use a recruiter? A lot of people ask me this question, and I think if it's your first time coming to Asia, your first time coming to Korea, absolutely yes. Who can I trust? Well, a lot of people have been asking me about specific recruiters, and I have no idea. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of ESL recruiters out there for Korea, and I honestly ever dealt with one my entire time in Korea. That was before I went to Korea. When I was living in Canada, and I went to Korea for my first job, and that was a Canadian guy, and it was a small agency. So a lot of people ask me specific things. I really don't know. Sorry, but I guess it's kind of like rolling the dice, you know. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's kind of a bad analogy. So I'm not really sure about recruiters, honestly. But I would suggest using one. It would make life easier, I suppose, if it's your first time going over. Now, once you've been there for a year and you finish your first contract, obviously all of you out there know who've done it. You're pretty savvy and you understand how to get a job and how to figure things out and how to work it out. So you don't need a recruiter. But if it's your first time around, I would suggest probably using one. Who? I don't know. There's so many. Yeah. Sorry, not much of help. Where can I get ideas for teaching? I don't know what to do. What can we do? Okay, a lot of people have sent me questions about ideas for teaching. Well, yeah, the question that all teachers want to know. Where can I get new ideas? Honestly, the internet obviously there's a wealth of information out there. If you're absolutely completely new to teaching ESL, I would suggest going to somewhere like eslcafe.com and checking out their idea cookbook. It's pretty cool, a lot of ideas. Just do a Google search, honestly. You know, if for example, if you're a kindergarten teacher, you know, type in kindergarten crafts summer, or do, you know, kindergarten, you know, if you're teaching like language, kindergarten language ideas, type in kindergarten math ideas. If you're teaching numeracy, you know, if you're teaching music, you know, kindergarten music ideas. I mean, there's a million things out there. There's more than enough. Piles of it out there. If you're just willing to spend the time, and that's the key. Spend the time. I'm a teacher. I spend a lot of time, you know, preparing and spending a lot of time on the internet, finding lessons and planning lessons. I mean, I would say for every hour I spend in the classroom, I'm spending at least that much time prepping. Now, of course, you don't necessarily have to do that. And it's not always like that every day, but on good days it is. But you know, you spend a lot of time prepping. That's part of being a teacher. And if you don't want to do the prep, well, maybe you should think of another job. But so that's a whole other issue with me and people I've met. But so check out, you know, obviously Google searches. Check out the eslcafe.com. Yeah, there's a lot of great books. If you're back in the States right now, if you're in Canada, you're Australia, England, you know, go to your bookstore and you know, go to your local big bookstore. You know, your Indigo, your Amazon, or Barnes and Noble, or something, and you know, pick up a book or two. There's some great resource guides for teaching ESL. Now, for the last thing I'm going to add to this video, I'm standing actually outside of a Japanese pooper, and I poop you not. It's true. Look, see? Look. Oh. Oh, oh. Oh, heaven forbid. Okay. Well, enough of that. I'm just out for a walk, and this is all in the way. I'm in a park, and the best lighting is here. People are like, where can I, you know, where are some good places to search for jobs if I want to teach in Korea? I suggest, and I'll put these links over to the side, eslcafe.com. I actually found my second job there, which was a wonderful job. Busanweb.com. Busan, that was the P, Busan. EnglishSpectrum.com. I got some good gigs off of that one too. Workandplay.co.kr is another good one. Those links over there to the side. I'll also post a link for the myargonauts myargonauts, his blog about things to bring to Japan is really great, and it really holds true to Korea as well. So take care, good luck, and have a great night. Or day.